saluting our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call.
Mr. Larry.
Here.
Miss Martin.
Here.
Mayor Milanazzo.
Here.
Mr. Conway.
Here.
Miss Doherty. She's absent. Where is she? Absent? Oh, okay. Miss Larraba.
Here.
Mr. Leahy.
Here.
6 present, 1 absent.
Thank you. Again, I appreciate everybody's patience. We're meeting at a different time tonight because we did just all come from the Distinguished Alumni event at Lowell High School. And let me just publicly congratulate our 5 honorees: Helen Sawyer Hogue from the class of 1921, George Simonian from the class of 1945, Dr. Harold S. Trebek from the class of 1946, Thomas Hayes from the class of 1978, and Patrick Ty from the class of 1984. And to the committee that selected these honorees, thank you very much. It was a wonderful, wonderful event. First order of business, special order of business. Do we have any special order of business this evening? Hearing none, we'll move on to the minutes, regular school committee meeting minutes of October 20th. Do we have any additions, corrections? Motion by Mr. Leary, seconded by Mr. Leahy, that we accept the minutes as presented. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed to vote. Thank you. Permission to enter, Madam Superintendent.
Thank you, Your Honor. Creative curriculum for the amount of $6,000 to provide an online subscription for the purpose of assessing the academic and developmental progress of 510 preschool students, funding provided by the School Department Contract Services. Evergreen Center for the amount of $75,500 to provide for the Outer District tuition costs for 1 student enrolled in receiving services as outlined in their special education IEP, funding provided by the School Department Special Education Tuition Account. That's all, Your Honor.
Thank you, Dr. Scott. Any questions, discussions? Motion by Ms. Martin, second by Ms. Larraba, that we accept the items as under permission to enter. Roll call, please.
Mr. Leary.
Yes.
Miss Martin.
Yes.
Mayor Milanazzo.
Yes.
Mr. Conway.
Yes.
Miss Doherty. Miss Larraba.
Yes.
Mr. Leahy.
Yes.
6 yeas, 1 absent, approved.
Thank you. We have 2 memorials this evening as a committee of the whole. The first is Helen D. Seguelia, mother-in-law of Cheryl Seguelia, McAuliffe School music teacher. And on behalf of Connie Martin, Walter Sheehan, father of Mary Sheehan, executive secretary, student support services, father-in-law of Ida Sheehan, adult education teacher, and grandfather of Ashley Sheehan, Riley school teacher. Could we all rise in a moment of silence and darken chambers? Thank you. May they rest in peace. Do we have any unfinished business this evening? Public participation? Motion, subcommittee reports? Hearing none, we will move on to the reports of the superintendent. We have one this evening, request for home education.
Thank you, Your Honor. The following parent seeks permission to home educate her child, Tanya Stephenson, at 73 4th Street. Under General Laws, Chapter 76, Section 1, home education is constitutionally permissible. Therefore, I recommend approval of this request. If granted, the number of families approved by the Lowell School Committee to homeschool will total 27, and the total number of children will be 56.
Thank you. Any discussion? Motion by Ms. Larraba to accept, second by Mr. Leary. Roll call.
Mr. Leary.
Yes.
Miss Martin.
Yes.
Mayor Milanazzo.
Yes.
Mr. Conway.
Yes.
Miss Doherty. Miss Larraba.
Yes.
6 yeas, 1 absent, approved.
Thank you. Do we have any new business this evening? We have, I'm sorry, Mr. Leahy.
You didn't ask me to vote on that.
Oh,
Oh, I didn't call you?
Did you?
I am so sorry. Oh, yeah, Mr. Leahy. Mr. Leahy, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought
I'm
maybe
so
I wasn't
sorry.
here.
Ms. Martin?
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. I was just hoping I could ask for a suspension of the rules to bring in a motion regarding our negotiations with the superintendent. We need to make an official vote that having received her request, that we're entering into negotiations. We need to accept that request and state in public meeting that we're entering into those negotiations, just so that we stay in adherence with the contract as it stands. So I would ask for a suspension of the rules.
Motion by Ms. Martin, second by Mr. Leary. Roll call on the suspension.
Mr. Leary,
Yes.
Miss Martin,
Yes.
Mayor Milonazo.
Yes.
Mr. Conway,
Yes.
Miss Doherty, Miss Larrabee. Mr. Leahy.
Yes.
On the motion, Ms. Martin?
6 yeas, 1 absent, approved.
So for the motion, I'd say a motion to accept the superintendent's request to enter into negotiations and to state our intention of negotiating a new contract with the superintendent.
Second by Mr. Leary. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Leary,
Yes.
Miss Martin.
Yes.
Mayor Milonazo.
Yes.
Mr. Conway.
Yes.
Miss Doherty. Miss Larrabee. Mr. Leahy.
Yes.
6 yeas, 1 absent,
you.
approved.
While we're on the suspension, I do have in my packet a note from Superintendent Scott regarding a donation of a plate-loaded leg press and selectorized calf raise machine. Do we need to accept that? No, we don't. Okay, thank you. Going back to the regular agenda, convention and conference requests. We have 4 requests this evening. Do we want to take them up?
Mr. Mayor.
To get Mr. Conway, by Mr. Conway to take them up in one vote, second by Mr. Leahy. All those in favor of taking them up as one item signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed to the vote. Anybody have any questions on any of the 4? Hearing none, motion by Ms. Larrabee, second by Mr. Leary, that we approve the conventions and conference requests as presented. Roll call.
Mr. Leary,
Yes.
Miss Martin,
Yes.
Mayor Milonazo.
Yes.
Mr. Conway.
Yes.
Miss Doherty. Miss Larrabee. Mr. Leahy.
Yes.
6 yeas, 1 absent, approved.
Thank you. Under communications, we have a thank you note from the family of Florence Moran. It's addressed to Dear Superintendent Scott, Mayor Milonazo, and members of the Lowell School Committee. The family of Florence Moran wish to thank you for the ceremonial moment of silence in dim chambers in her honor during the October 20th, 2010 school committee meeting. Your expression of sympathy was a great comfort to us. Sincerely, Eileen and Michael Earl and family. Motion to accept the communication placed on file by Mr. Leary, second by Ms. Larrabee. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed to vote. Under communications also, we have a correspondence from Assistant Superintendent of Finance Jay Lang to Dr. Scott, indicating that the Morey Elementary School dedication will be held on Friday, November 19, 2010 at 10 a.m. Motion to accept the communication by Ms. Martin, seconded by Mr. Conway. All those in favor signify by saying aye. And the last communication is Lowell Telecommunications Channel 10 broadcast of school committee meetings live on the first and third Wednesday of the month, Thursdays at 6 p.m., Saturday and Sundays at 2 p.m., and Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Anything under professional personnel? Civil service? Motion, Ms. Larrabee? Motion to adjourn by Ms. Larrabee, seconded by Ms. Martin. All those in favor of adjourning signify by saying aye. We stand adjourned. Thank you all very much for your promptness and your
8:45.
patience, and thank you.